Yo.
You're in the mix.
The world's finest, man. DJ.
We're doing it live, and we're doing it real on YouTube. It's the What's the Real Deal radio show every Friday night weekly.
Oh my God.
Shut the front door.
What?
If you're weak-minded or sensitive, you might get your feelings hurt in here. Jump up game with the fam. And remember to like, share, and subscribe.
What's good, people? What's good, Pitbull? Big Rich here from the Big Rich Live radio show here on YouTube. Welcome to the next installment of What's the Real Deal radio show we have on this channel. I appreciate you giving me your time in this busy weekend to chop up some game and explain some things and talk back and forth and, just basically get things off your chest and try to learn some stuff. And basically try to learn and understand some stuff, not just learn, but understand some stuff. And like I've always said, I don't know everything, what I'm saying, which is awesome, The fact that you already feel that you don't know everything makes you, at least I can only speak for me, just make me feel very excited for the next day, for the next hour, for the next year, to see what I'm going to learn, what's going to open itself up to me. First, I'd like to say we're a day late, always $1 short, but we're trying to do what we can. So we have this show and then the Big Rich Live on the Mike Saturday show will be up later on tonight, hopefully. I can't make any promises. We'll see. If not, it'll be up Sunday. And then I finally went to see Hidden Figures last night. It was an excellent movie. So Monday's show of Big Rich Movie Review, we will go over that. It was an excellent movie. Had some problems with it, but it is what it is. So let's talk about our social media. Right now, this show still doesn't have a Twitter account, but we're working on it. I'm still deciding if I want to, because right now we have 3 Twitter accounts and different shows on the channel and stuff like that, and it's just hard to keep up with everything. But in the meantime, between time is capital B, capital R, live on the mic. That's our Twitter handle. That's going to cover all 3 shows. However, this show now has its own email address. And what that is what's the real deal 68 at gmail.com. That's what's the real deal 68 at gmail.com. Drop us a line so we can chop game back and forth. If you want me to discuss something, or you want my opinion about something, or you don't like something that I said, or you want to correct me on something, hey, send it. I read every email, and the majority of them I do respond back either by doing a video, or somewhere during the video I might answer that question or roll that particular topic into one of the 2 of the 3 shows that we roll here on the channel. Today we're going to talk about the quote-unquote Negro Whisperer. Now, if you think about a couple of shows ago, we had talked about these so-called black leaders, new black leaders. I don't know who gave them that title, but the Ray Lewises, the Steve Harveys, these types of people that was going to the tower of President Tangerine to kiss the ring. And they got a lot of backlash about it, which they should have. And that is something that I delved deeply in when we was talking about that. But I'm talking about 2 people in particular. First of all, like I've said before, what you're going to hear me say from now on, well, not now on, but for the foreseeable future, is I'm through with the man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not harping on, what white people are doing to us, what they're not giving us what we deserve, that type of stuff right there. That's going to be on the back burner just for a little while. What I need to do, and what I need us to do, is start holding these Negro Whisperers to task. There need to be consequences, repercussions for them to walk around in the space. And I'm talking about Omarosa Manigault. And I'm talking about so-called Pastor, whatever the hell his name is, Pastor James or John, something like that. Both of them. And I'm sorry, and Mr. Ben Carson. Okay. both of them, or all three of them, was in this dog and pony show for the first day of Black History Month, and just selling out. Okay, just selling out, just saying ignorant stuff. But then after the initial anger, because it definitely wasn't shock, it's just how it goes. But I finally realized reading, history books, and now I'm reading this book, Black Labor, White Wealth, by Dr. Claude Anderson. Great man, I feel. I realized that for centuries, since we've been kidnapped as a people from the shores of Africa and brought here and other European nations, there's always been a select few of Negroes, blacks, African Americans, whatever you want to call them, that has always sat at the right hand of Masa and signified, sold out, shuck and jive, step and fetch, just cooning it up. And the latest and greatest is Omarosa, this fool pastor. And his name just escapes me at this particular point, but I did put his picture up there, so you got that. So I forgive me, but I don't remember his name. It just slipped out of my mind. And Ben Carson, where in God's green earth did these people think, or anybody in their right mind think, that these people represent anybody within the African American community? When did that happen? I mean, let's talk about Omarosa. What has she done? What has she done? Really? She was a contestant on The Apprentice. That's when she got with President Tangerine, and I'm not gonna get into sling mud and all that type of stuff, but makes you wonder how her ugly ass, got down. I don't know. Ben Carson was a brilliant neurosurgeon, but got the personality and common sense of a bag of bricks. And the pastor Scott, that's him, Pastor Scott. He may be one of the biggest coons I've seen in a long time. I mean, let's break it down with him. First of all, everybody, unless you've been under a rock, heard him during this fake Black History Month briefing or interview or press conference, whatever you want to call. He's want to sit there and talk about, I met with top gang leader thugs, and they said they support you. They want to they promise to get the body count down if we do this, that, and the third, and they like what you're doing. I knew that was a lie. And I've never been a street thug. I mean, I was born and raised in New York, so I got my street sense, but I've never been a street thug. And I knew that was a lie. I was like, first of all, ain't nobody messing with you. Ain't nobody on that level messing with your ass. Sorry. It's just not happening. Ain't nobody messing with you. Okay. Quiet as is kept, he might not can go to Chicago at this present date and time and leave out alive. I'm just going to leave that at that. But then later on, when people start fact checking and stuff like that, they like, well, what are some of the names? Did this really happen? Oh, no, it didn't happen. I misspoke. No, the hell you didn't. You lied. And it just shows you how ignorant and simple-minded he is, because he thinks that he can say this and then nobody is going to take him to task. You follow what I'm saying? That's just like somebody bumping up and building up their credentials, their either their education or their work experience or their paper, thinking that somebody is not going to check you on it. Well, when they did some fact checking and they called him up, he had to roll over and basically said he lied. His bullshit excuse, I was on 2 hours sleep. You sound coherent to me. You sound like somebody who believed what the hell he or she was saying. And remember what I said in a couple of shows ago when I said there needs to be, and I honestly feel this way, there needs to be a plan to deal with sellouts, coons, traders, that type of stuff right there, who will do harm to us, who will sell us down the river or up the river, whatever you want to say. Then we have no code within the African American community where that type of stuff that you say when you go out and bold-faced lie, that there's consequences and repercussions. Do you honestly think that somebody of another nationality can go on national TV and say that is a bold-faced lie and not have to deal with not have to deal with retribution from their particular community, their race, their religion? We the only ones that allow that type of stuff to happen. We really do. So what it does is it emboldens these types of individuals because they know that there's no consequences or repercussions. They move past the door where they're getting their daily bread from the man or from Masa, whatever you want to call it. So they were like, okay, we don't need you peons in African American community anymore because I have rolled up. But what they fail to realize is there's a short shelf life for us in that community, So eventually, eventually you're gonna have to come back on down to the neighborhood, and you need to understand that there ain't no place for you. There ain't no place for you because that's the thing is, when you had like in the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, right? More the 40s and 50s when you had let's say light skin African Americans or African Americans who were of mixed race, where they actually could pass. Back in the 40s and 50s, they had a lot of the jail and stuff like that, so they can actually pass for white people or Caucasians. But when they was found out, after they done shit on, all the darker persuasions of the African American community, when you were found out by the dominant society, they kick you out, and then you want to come back or have to come back here. It's same thing that Stacey Dash is going through right now. I don't know how she's going to survive. I really don't. She done burned so many bridges. She done coon so much. She done step and fetch it and yassa balls so much. I don't think that there will ever be a safe space for her to do her thing back in the African American neighborhood. And that's the thing, you got just have to ask yourself, what the hell be going through your mind? The Ben Carsons, I was a thug. Give me a break. Ben Carson looked like he got his lunch money taken on a regular basis. Really? And Omarosa, I mean, really, girl? Really? Years ago, because she's darker skin, I think she's unattractive, but it has nothing to do with her skin. I'm just saying, she's a darker skinned African American woman, and there are clips you can go and Google them, where she was, close to tears, talking about how she's being treated or mistreated because of her dark skin. But now she's sitting at the right hand of Masa, and Masa's filling her up with all sorts of rhetoric. And she think that there's going to be a place for her at the table. Let me tell you something, baby girl. Ain't no place for you at the table. You think about it. All of these appointments. And what does Omarosa got? Omarosa was is still the African American outreach liaison for the president for Trump's campaign. Correct? Okay. Is that a paying position? And what type of African Americans are you reaching out to? You know what I'm saying? So it's a situation where you have these people, and I didn't coin the phrase, but that's what people call them. They say coons, but this is the Negro Whisperers, where you have a certain amount of African Americans that have cooned it up, that have step infested, disaster boss, keep your head down, don't look Masa in the eye, don't back talk, that type of stuff right there. And they've been given just a little bit more crumbs than everybody else. And they believe everything that you say. My thing is this. I don't care who you are. If I know what your past is, and I know that you are a bigot, a racist, a homophobe, whatever it might be, unless you come out to me and say, or more importantly, because you're talking about this is now the president of the United States, that you come out and you legitimately say, look, this is what I said. This is how I lived my life. However, in the last year or so, I've tried, I've had an epiphany. I've turned my life around, this, that, the third. But you don't have these, because when you have these whisperers, when you have these coons, they don't need that. All they need is, oh, well, you're not like that. Like I asked I ask my daughter all the time when we talk, have anybody ever said, something bad about African Americans? And they'd be like, well, I'm not talking about you. And she says all the time, because they used to say it to me when I was younger, especially in school and stuff like that. But as I got older, I was like, yeah, you are talking about me. You know what I'm saying? No, I've never lived in a ghetto. No, I've never done drugs. I've never been in prison. I've never been arrested. All of that type of stuff right there. But you didn't say those people over there. You said those black people over there. Again, putting it under that umbrella. So yeah, you talking about me. You talking about me. And there was a saying. There was a part in Hidden Figures that we saw yesterday where one of the main characters were being talked to by a Caucasian female, and the Caucasian female said, her name was Dorothy. She said, Dorothy, I want you to know that I don't have anything against you people or y'all, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all. So Dorothy came back and was like, I believe you believe that you don't. And I believe that there are a lot of people who feel, oh, I'm not racist. I got a black friend. Yeah, okay. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have people who are starch homophobes. Starch homophobes. But their best friends is homosexuals and lesbians, and they have no idea. Why? Because I truly believe the majority of the gay and lesbian contingent is still in the closet. Might not ever come out of the closet. I really believe that there is a lot. I'm talking about millions of gay and lesbian people that are living a double life. Some of them not even living a double life. Some of them is like, well, look, I'm religious, so I'm not even going that way. I'm just going to, just live my life and put those feelings to the side. But that's off the beaten path. But what I say is this. These people need to be dealt with. They need to be ostracized, put on blast. And people like the Dr. Claude Anderson, the Dr. Boyce Watkins, the Tariq Nasheeds, the Jason Blacks, all of these type of people out here who are in the streets doing things, who are of the next generation. I call them like the Stokely Carmichael generations, that type of stuff right there. These are people who need to be not so much uplifted, but these are the people who are putting things in place to be like, look, this is not who we are. These people run nothing. They have no contact with any African Americans that I know of. So on that end, I wanted to put that out. I'm going to end the show here. Again, like, share, subscribe. Any of your comments, put them down below. Any questions, you can DM me at on Instagram, Big Rich Live, on the mic, _ between each word, or I gave you the Twitter handle, B R Live on the mic, and you can email us at the real deal. I'm sorry, what's the real deal? 68@gmail.com. So I'll see you next week. I don't know what the topic is, but I will see you next week. We will be on time. In the meantime, in between time, stay blessed, stay woke, stay safe. Peace. I'm out.